Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I am Afefe with Touch by Tarot. I'm here to do a new moon pick a card reading for you all. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. I'd love to have your support and give you good content to keep you coming back. And if you are a regular subscriber, you know I truly appreciate you. So you all, let's think about this for a moment before we go into the piles. New moon in Virgo. Virgo being such an incredible, it's an earth sign. It is so incredible when it comes to energies around the day-to-day habits that we adapt to reach our goals, to manifest, to, achieve success in whatever area of life. It is also a sign that reminds us of our health, areas of the body, thinking about our health and our total well-being, our physical health, mental health, and always keeping in mind too, spiritual health. This is one reason why I do this practice with tarot and oracles, and many of you are drawn to this and other modalities because that contributes to our spiritual health. So think about that as well. Virgo is also very analytical. It can take a big picture or a big idea, a big goal, and break it down into, pieces and steps and what needs to be done, what one thing leads to the next. Incredibly organized energy. On the cautionary side, Virgo can be hypercritical because, Virgo the virgin, right? The idea of purity and perfectionism, and you want things to be a certain way. There's that drive to success and that things should be a certain way, people should behave a certain way, and you can lean over into a little bit of being super critical, hypercritical, and especially of the self. You can be tough on the self when Virgo energy is in play. So think about that as we go into this new moon. All right, you all? Having said that, I've got 3 piles in front of me. As you know, my process is just to keep you from having to sit there and watch me flip, 50 cards. I do it ahead of time before I start taping, but I have not seen anything in front of me. I interpret as I see them and reveal them to you. All right. So you're going to pick maybe more than one pile, see what you're drawn to, but we'll start like this. Pile number 1, it is this piece of Uvarovite. It's like a garnet, really heavy, hefty. All right. So pile number 1, Uvarovite. Pile number 2, we have amber, and it's reflecting the ring light. Sorry about that. We have amber and trying to move it around, but wherever it goes, that reflection is there. Amber and moonstone, okay? Amber and moonstone for pile number 2. And for pile number 3, I have had this pendant for probably 35 years, and I'm still not sure what that shell is, but it is a gorgeous, I'll even show you the back of it. It's a gorgeous, some sort of shell. All right, so that will be pile number 3. All right, so take a moment, take a breath, see what you're drawn to with those 3. And we're going to go ahead and start to go in, you all. Let's see what these messages are for you for this new moon in Virgo. Let's see what comes. 2 and 3. All right, so pile number 1, those who were drawn to the Uvarovite, the form of garnet. Let's put that to the side. And let's go in. Let's see what your messages are. You have the 10th house around career. So structure, discipline, your life mission, accomplishments, and career. That is, are you coming in right in line with Virgo energy, even though the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, but still a fellow earth sign. And this is about some practicalities and getting things done. Career matters. All right, let's keep going. We have ask for guidance. We have your desires. Very tight. I see a message starting to come through for you all. Woodwives, adaptability. So that's going to be key for you. The dragonfly spirit, change. That's that adaptability. Notice these are all coming from different decks, you all. That's part of my process because when we do it that way, I know that spirit is giving you a really clear message that is being confirmed because you're getting it from different decks. Entirely different decks, different energies. And as that comes, and you see these things, connecting that way, I hope it strikes you the way it does me. I get excited because I know for certain that Spirit is speaking. All right, so we've got that change coming. I wanted to move those closer to you for a better view. We have your natural healing power. Ooh, isn't that tied into Virgo energy? We were talking about health matters and healing matters. Through meditation, I see clearly beyond the veils of illusion. So that's asking for guidance. Let me put that over there. That's part of what's happening for you all, pile number 1. This is going to be a really powerful time for you to receive guidance. You've got the land between, and that's how you get that guidance, is from going, stepping out of just the earthly realm and connecting with your spirit guides. You have the 9 of Wands. Might be getting a little tired with the Hermit. Oh my gosh, what a blessing, you all. Hermit ruled by Virgo. This in tarot and the major arcana, this is your Virgo person right here. So that is front and center for you. And finally, you have the World. Ooh. There's a completion. There's something that's coming to fullness for you all, pile number 1. Wow. This is so powerful. I tell you, this new moon in Virgo is confirming. I feel like it is going to serve as tremendous confirmation for you all who chose this garnet. It's confirmation that you are headed in the right direction, and that what it is that you want to do is achievable. There is a process to it because of the Hermit energy. We know that, again, this being ruled by Virgo, the Hermit's whole thing is not about, I reached the mountaintop and everything's done and everything is in place. It is trusting in the guidance. That is exactly what the Hermit does. Is the Hermit strikes out on a journey, sometimes having to go it alone, sometimes having to separate yourself and figure out, give yourself that time and that space, that meditation that we saw for you, giving yourself that time to reflect and meditate so that you can get the guidance and know that this quest that you're on is leading you someplace. It's not about going in circles. It's leading you to the clarity that you need, the opportunities that you need, the change that you need, that dragonfly spirit. And so also, as a totem, pay attention if you happen to see butterflies, dragonflies, creatures that catch your eye that may represent and reflect change and transformation. They are in symbolic of that. That dragonfly is very symbolic of change and transformation. And also I'm being drawn to the number 12 in this card. For some of you, this could be a cycle that is coming to a close after a year, or a year where you can see a definite stage of progress, or it could be reflecting what's about to happen for you over the course of the next 12 months. Some change, some evolution that's going to occur over the next 12 months. So it's either right behind you or right in front of you. Your desires here. This is a really interesting card. It says your heart's true desire, gratitude, and address your inner blocks. That could be, we were talking in the introduction about sometimes Virgo energy can come with some criticism, and it's not from a bad space. It's wanting things to be done right. Having a vision for your life, for your job, for your relationships that are capable of having a certain potential, reaching a certain potential, and not settling for less. So there in the center here is that desire for more, that desire to experience the change. And recognizing that in order for you to have it, there is that adaptability. There is that flexibility. There is perhaps a change in how you approach the situation, how you approach, the goal, the relationship, whatever that is that's dominating the energy in your life right now. There's this adaptability that you are being taught through your guidance from spirit. All right. And here there's this natural healing power. Spirit is giving you confirmation, pile number one, that this change and adaptability is really within your grasp, that you are connected divinely to nature, that nature is a part of your power. That when you are outdoors, when you are, when you are around grass and trees and flowers and parks, or maybe it's ocean, maybe it's lakes, rivers, woods, but there's something even just outdoors in your own garden, if some of you happen to garden, but there's something about when you are in nature, it activates something in you. You see, there's this sort of ethereal figure, but it activates something in you that really moves things. It gets spirit stirred up, it gets your guide stirred up, and you are able to move things. But ultimately, what you are moving, that land between, that's what happens. Your power in nature gives you access to that land between, the spiritual realm and the 3D earth realm. You have that power. That is a very strong message for you in this reading. And I hope you're feeling that. I hope you recognize that. And also that takes me back to that dragonfly outdoors. There's something for you in this quest. That hermit. There's something for you, pile number one, that as you move, this is literal movement. I would highly encourage you around this new moon, get outdoors. If you have to work from home, open up your curtains. Make sure you are seeing as much of the outdoors as possible, because there is something. Your final card here is the world. And the world is a sense of completion, a sense of a cycle. Remember, we looked at that 12, the number 12 that came with that dragonfly. So the year prior or the year ahead, there's a cycle that has to do with around a 12-month time frame where this change, this adaptability, and what it is that you are desiring is coming into fruition. And you've just got to push a little harder. The 10th house is around, I'll read the words here. It says structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. All right. That coming with, if you pair that up with that 9 of wands, it's the effort that you've been putting toward those things, putting towards your goals, putting towards your career, putting towards your abundance, your abundance, not just financial, but your health. We got to remember we are in Virgo energy, which is very much concerned with the structure of the health, your life mission, being healthy enough to enjoy your life mission, your life purpose. And knowing that despite that 9 of wands is sort of that urge that says you're almost there. There's a lot of work that you've done, but you just got to push it just a little farther. And also 9s are important for some of you, because the hermit is the number 9 in the major arcana. You've got that 9 of wands there as well that came. So 9s being, if some of you are a life path 9, then this reading definitely will resonate for you. But somehow you could be born on the 9th month, September. You could be born, somehow a 9 figures into your life in a significant way. This is definitely, this new moon in Virgo is a time for you to stretch beyond your boundaries, to recognize your natural power that you have. And the more you connect with nature, the more you get into a meditative state and you ask for the guidance. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. That's also that 9 of wands, is a lot of pressure and the obligation that you feel to carry it all. The hermit can do that as well. Like, just, okay, I'll just go do it myself. I'm going to have to do this. It's all on me. And it could be your adaptability, and this change could be your desire for help, your desire for partnership, your desire for love, your desire for a relationship, your desire to have a business partner. There is more, so that you don't have to do it all yourself, carry it all yourself. And the key for you all, where you find the link to that, is that land between. The land between is in nature. It is where something will reveal itself to you. Pay attention to those animals. Pay attention to, what you see, what you hear. Like there's something that you will be attuned to in nature, and it's going to help give you that guidance so that you can begin to adapt and change and either close out a cycle, going back to that 12, close out a cycle that has lasted for a year, or begin to enter a cycle of growth and change and adaptability that will last for about a year. Okay? All right, pile number 1. I hope that pinged. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. That was really beautiful. And I mean, talk about being in alignment with the energy of Virgo. Like, whoa, you got it. You got it up and down and crosswise. Okay? All right. So we're going to move on to pile number 2. Those of you who were drawn to the Amber and Moonstone locket. All right, let's see. Pile number 2. This new moon in Virgo. All right, you have the earth element speaking loud and clear in Virgo. Persistence, patience, and practicality. That's your first card out the deck. All right, so we're right in alignment with you as well. We have forgive yourself. We have honor the journey. Wow. We have a drifter experiencing life as it comes. Well, that's one way to honor the journey, isn't it? We have the forest temple, enlightenment. Ooh, this is a powerful time for you. Pile number 2, my goodness. Wow, there's an evolution that's happening for you. I've got trust in the wise spirits, and your prayer will be answered. That's that enlightenment. Let me put that near there. We have the waters of creativity and sensuality flow within my aura. Ooh, I'm going to put that close to that honoring your journey. There is you are definitely going through some growth here, and that storyteller comes for you. There you are emerging from something. A time machine. I just looked down as I said emerging from something. You've got a time machine. You have the 3 of Wands. So that's moving you forward. A vision that you have for yourself moving forward with the 6 of Swords. Got to put that on top of there. You are definitely headed forward. And the 8 of Pentacles. This is your story. This is a part of what you have accumulated. Whoa, pile number 2. Look at you. Woo. Okay, I gotta take a sip of my orange juice for this one. Pile number 2, first and foremost, the thing I'm hearing loudest for you all is you have a powerful story to tell. And there is in accumulating your life experiences, there's been some missteps. There's been some hiccups or things when we, again, going back to New Moon in Virgo, we were talking in the beginning of this taping about Virgo as a cautionary side of that energy can be hypercritical, can be super, super tough on yourself or tough on others. Here, I'm honing in on this forgive yourself. There are experiences, part of your story are, includes experiences where when you look back on it, when you tell yourself, I should have done this, I should have seen that coming, I should have, I handled it badly, or I allowed this to happen in ways that ultimately were harmful to you. And maybe you still get into that space of beating yourself up about it. But what Spirit is saying is they want you to put this in the perspective of honoring your journey. Okay, recognizing that there were no mistakes. There were lessons that you had to learn. No, they did not tickle, that was tough. It was hard for you to go through that. But when we look at what is growing inside of her, that idea that out of those experiences, you birthed a different version of yourself. And experiencing life as it comes is part of your life lessons, pile number 2. Spirit is saying they want you to understand that your time on earth, this persistence and patience and your ability to incorporate everything that you have learned as part of your story, because this time machine says you are moving on. None of this leaves you stuck. You are never stuck in any one place. In fact, for you, pile number 2, quite the opposite, because remember, we have the 3 of Wands. Look at that, on a ship moving forward, not even necessary to see the land in front. It's not even necessary to have the destination and the outcome nailed down. That's not even part of the purpose right now. For you all, it's about gathering the energy to move yourselves forward and to know that you have the power to move yourselves forward. And that 6 of Swords is doing the exact same thing in a different way mentally. Here, there's the energy. In Wands, there's the energy it takes to move you forward because you're operating in fire. In Swords, it's the mental energy. It's the decisions that you have to make. It's the research that you have to do. It's the conversations that need to take place. For some of you, if you are in some form of therapy, I'm feeling, or if you've been thinking about seeking some form of talk therapy, it could be informal or it could be professional, however it strikes you. But this would be a powerful time for you to do that, just in terms of putting this aspect of what has happened into perspective, truly reaching that space of forgiveness, because there's all this growth within you and this sense of honoring yourself, no more criticizing yourself, and beginning to write a different story. Notice that the ink and everything, the book, there's actually nothing written on the pages yet, right? Because the idea here is you can tell a different side of the story. You can start a new chapter. This time machine reminds me of, in tarot, reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, which it brings to mind everything is a season. There's a season to everything. And so what you have experienced up till now, pile number 2, it has a lot to do with you being at a place in time, and this new moon in Virgo is going to have you yearning to put it all into perspective, to kind of package it up and put it between the pages of a book so that you can begin to move on. The waters of creativity and sensuality flow within your aura. There's so much more for you. Spirit is saying, there's a new pathway. These new pages are waiting to get filled up, and you've got the ink to do it. The ink is what helps you drift ahead, meaning keep moving. Notice the combination of watery ship references. You've got 3 of them here. Here we have it here. See that ship in the middle there? We talked about that 3 of Wands, where you can see her guidance system. She's on that ship. And also you've got the boat with the 6 of Swords. There is literally a journey that you are on or about to embark on, pile number 2. And it is a journey to enlightenment. It is this enlightenment that is coming for you, that is waiting for you, that you're now ready for. Because once you forgive yourself, and once you put that old story, think about it in even your Akashic records, where one book is now complete and it's time to begin to put a new book in your library of your life purpose. That's the enlightenment that's coming your way, and what you need, and what some of you really have been seeking. The forest temple. And I love that as well. That came the nature aspect of this new moon in Virgo, which is an earth sign. The forest temple, it could be even all this nature that you see here, honoring your journey. It could be that for you, the natural element that's going to really help you at this time is water. If you live near a body of water, lake, river, ocean, definitely that's a place that can help you during this time, this enlightenment to move you forward. And you have trust in the wise spirits, and your prayers will be answered. That's the enlightenment. You are definitely you are letting go. Talk about releasing. You are letting go of the version of the past. You can't wipe away what's happened. We all know that. Our lives are our lives. Things that happen, those experiences are real. But there's a perspective shift that's happening for you, pile number 2. And it's going to lead you to enlightenment, to a different stage of your life where you are ready. And that 8 of Pentacles, I don't want to leave that out. That speaks to, again, it confirms this life experience that you're having. The 8 of Pentacles is about mastery of some sort. It is about building on what you have already done, recognizing what you've already done, recognizing the life that you've lived, the story, how the story of your life, but also recognizing the creativity, the waters of creativity, tying into that watery energy again for you. The waters of creativity flow. If you are into the chakras at all, pile number 2, I'd say definitely check in with your sacral chakra, the chakra in the womb area, man or woman, that below the belly button area. And because that is the area of water, it is ruled by water, and it is ruled by it rules creativity. If there's been a blockage in your creativity, if you feel like you've had some ideas about what you want to do, but then you get stuck. And a lot of people, a lot of us have been dealing with that with so many planets in retrograde recently. But this is that opportunity to assess, take some time and assess, experience life as it comes, loosen up a little bit. That flow, that's what's happening here with all that water. Pile number 2 is recognizing, hey, water can wear down rock, right? Water is one of the most powerful elements. Each element has its magic, but water as an element, nothing stops water. Water will find its way through the tiniest crack or fissure. It will wear down rock. As I said, there is nothing that stops it. And there's a part of your forgiveness that hinges on realizing nothing will stop your journey. And as you trust in your spirits and your guides, your prayers will be answered. The lights will come on. You will feel this sense of enlightenment and connection, and being able to put things in perspective and recognize this time machine, this earth element, being persistent, being patient, developing the goals of what it is that you see forward. You may not see it in completion yet, but the 8 of Pentacles says you have the skills to get it done. You have the skills to get it done. You have the knowledge, the wherewithal. This life experience that all of this led up to is what informs you. And you know now, okay, I don't need this type of person in my life. So let me put some different check marks and boxes next to what kind of person I want romantically, in business, even your friendship circle. How do I change the dynamic within my own experience, therefore the experience that I allow to happen around me? That's what's happening in your time machine, and in you beginning to fill the pages of a really different new book. It's not tossing out the old stuff, but it's definitely honoring who you have become as a result of what has happened in the past, and putting it into perspective so that you can truly begin this journey forward, understanding that that is a form of enlightenment. That is a form of accomplishment. Talking about that 10th house, accomplishments and wanting to get things done. So there you have it, pile number 2. I hope that resonates with you. I hope that you take some time and sit with this energy. Especially, you may even need to watch this segment, maybe in a couple of days and come back to it, because it feels like there are layers of messages that are here for you, and you will recognize them as you move on through this watery energy. All right. Forgive yourself and get ready to write those new pages as part of your new story. That is your enlightenment process. Okay. All right. Pile number 2. I loved that. I really did love. I loved the energy that I felt revealing these cards and interpreting them for you. It's going to be such an incredible time for you. And it's overdue to release some of that criticism or the heaviness that you've been carrying, okay? All right, let's move on now. Pile number 3. Those of you who were drawn to this blue shell. Let's see. This new moon in Virgo for you, pile number 3. Take a sip of my orange juice. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the 4th house, house of family, cultural and family roots, your home, your peace, and your comfort. All right, that's a message that comes through. Inspire others. Ooh, all right, so family connections are coming through really strongly for you. We have the creatrix. Express your emotions and birth your creations. Womb energy. So, wow, this is all very much domestic home connectivity, the jeweled web. Who you feel connected to, how you feel connected to those you love, how you are creating that space in your life, your desire to inspire others through your creations. Wow, pile number 3. You have a unicorn. I love it. Purity. You have the first step is taken. You have already asked for help. All right. So that's a confirmation for you from your spirit guides. They know that you've asked for help, and that was the first step taken. Your heart space is abundant and flowing. Wow. You are shining through. With the Strength card in the major arcana and the 6 of Cups. With the Sun. Where's that shining through? Ooh, wow, wow, wow. What a message for you, pile number 3. Spirit is like with a megaphone for you all today. Like loud and clear. Wow, how amazing. The Sun with shining through. You have so much to offer others, pile number 3. Oh my goodness. You have so much to offer others, and there's something in your energy that does have the ability, whatever you create, whatever you put your mind to, just these 3 cards right here, I want to hone in for a moment. All right. This jeweled web, what you create, that's the web. I'm going to hold that up closer to the camera for you. That jeweled web that you create. It is the web of life. It is the web of connections between people. You could be someone who, whether it is where you stand in your family, because I remember that 4th house that came for you, the house that rules our family, our roots, our ancestry, who we feel connected to, talking about the web, the bloodline, the DNA, and it could even be, excuse me, I hit my mic there. It could even be, you could be someone who truly feels, and the work that you want to do has to do with the notion that in this world, we are all one. You know what I mean? The connectivity between mankind, the connectivity that brings us all together on this human journey, where we're walking one another home, as the saying goes. That could be part of the connectivity that you're drawn to. Many of you could be in the healing or metaphysical arts, or you're deeply drawn to them because you see a bigger picture. You see what is possible with that creatrix. You want to feed others. That 4th house, you want to inspire others and help others feel the natural connection that exists here on earth, if we only avail ourselves to it. And talk about purity. Remember too, new moon in Virgo, Virgo the Virgin. It is about that sense of purity. It is about the unicorn, believing in, what others might think of as impossible or just, too magical or too far out there. Pile number 3, you're like, no, there's no such thing as too far out there. And if there is, I'm just going to keep going until I discover what's too far. Like that's part of your magic. That's part of what inspires you. And as you are inspired, you inspire others. Your heart space is abundant. And this strength, which think about even the way these 2 cards come together so beautifully for you, pile number 3. Strength is ruled by Leo. What is Leo? The heart, the lion-hearted, right? Rules the heart, and also ruled by the sun. Many of you who chose this pile could be Leo, sun, moon, or rising, or be involved with people in your family line, going back to that fourth house. Somehow Leos could be very important to you, have some role in your life. That's very important because of that strength card. But I am also connecting it to the heart. I want to put these four together, because there is something that allows you to shine through when you operate from your heart. When your heart space is activated, that is what allows you to inspire others, and it's what feeds your ability to create. You are a vessel. Going to this Six of Cups now. Wow. You are a vessel to connect generations. There is something in your family line. Your ancestors are here very clearly, pile number 3, that are saying we recognize that you are a link from old to young. You are a link that helps us remember who we are and what we stand for and our values, to continue to love one another no matter what, past, present, and future. Wow. And they say the first step is taken because you've already asked for help. If you are building a business, if you're writing a book, if you are creating artwork, if you are working on yourself in some sort of, personal growth, maybe, a little bit of all of the above, then this entire reading and energy during this new moon in Virgo for you is a great, big, huge check mark from Spirit. Really, check, check, check mark from Spirit. It is such a confirmation of your power as a creative force to use emotions, the heart, the feeling of love, the vibration. Pink is very important for you all. Rose quartz during this time is very important for you all. Bright colors, sunshine, things that lift the energy, things that lift your energy. Even I'm looking at this unicorn with all of this glowing gold, behind the scenes there. There is even this, the first step is taken, moving toward that sun. Perhaps having, going through in your dream state at nighttime, but even at night, the sun is there. It's just a cycle, give it a few hours and wake up the next day and you'll see it. That's what's happening with you. That first step is already taken and you are here to shine. You are a shining ray in your family line, in your lineage, in your home. You are a shining light. You are someone who is that links the old with the new, the past with the future. And your connectivity, your power of being able to create that web, that you are able to inspire others through your creations, is a part of your magic. That's why you have the unicorn there. And Spirit is saying it is entirely up to you. If you have dreamed it, you can create it. If you have, if you have even an inkling that something is possible, as long as you approach it from the power of your heart, as long as you look at it as, remember too, with strength, it is courage. It is the courage to stand up and be seen, shining through. Some of you may know this about yourself, but you've held back a little bit for whatever reason. Maybe it is because you were asking for help and getting clarity before you step out there. Some of you, if you are tied to family counseling even, or helping people understand their place within a family dynamic, there is your ability to inspire them to want to do that work. Because families can be a touchy subject, as we all know, right? We love them, but it's talk about some of our most powerful lessons that we learn in this lifetime. Many of them joyful and many of them painful. If you, I'm feeling also, if some of you have lost family members, elders, parents, those who were a source of inspiration to you, they are here in this energy to say, remember us and carry that forward. Give what we gave you to someone else. That is a very powerful message here as well. And there is that connectivity in all things. See yourselves, if you are living alone, if you have been through a period of what felt like, sort of isolating circumstances or having to pull back, there's something in a bigger picture of what connectivity means to you. And Spirit wants to remind you, you are never shut off from the flow of life. Your heart is strong. Your heart is beating. The sun comes for you to bring you more life, more playfulness. There is a playful aspect to this too, I must say, for you all, pile number 3. If you have been, feeling the need to get out and kick your heels up a little bit, go dance, go play in the water, go to the ocean, just put on some music even in your living room, and just let it rip a little bit and move your body, get that heat going, because that gets the heart pumping, right? When you move the body, you get the heart pumping, you get, you warm the body up. This is so much warmth and energy here, and that is what fuels creation. That's what fuels your connectivity, and that's what gets your ping, that magic, like just bing, bing, like coming at you just like that. That's what I feel for you. And to remember always that you are connected. That nest even that is in this card. You build the nest, but you are also safe inside the nest. Your ancestors look out for you. Your guides look out for you. They protect you in that nest until you are ready to grow, and and go through that period where the egg will crack and you will be ready to shine through. You are birthed or rebirthed. You are both created and then creator, where you take all of this experience that you feel from the spirit realm and you move it into something that helps others and inspires others in this earthly realm. And again, I'm feeling for many of you, this is, you may create jewelry, you may create art, you may write, you may, whatever your niche is, where you inspire, it can be inspirational. That is what Spirit wants you to do during this time, this new moon in Virgo. That's the energy you're going to be feeling pulled more and more to operating from your heart space. That's what motivates you. The love of life, the love of passion and creativity and play, the love of being connected to others and finding ways to do that. That's what's happening for you during this new moon in Virgo, pile number 3. I hope that message resonated. My, do you have a special energy, a very blessed and inspirational energy. That's why that card came for you. A very powerful energy, and I wish you the absolute best in utilizing it and recognizing it, both during this new moon in Virgo and way beyond that. All right, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed your readings. I'll see you next time, and be very well in the meantime. Bye.